wanted to ask about media in relation to bringing people to Oakland. Are there ways in which the mayor's office can handle the media in a way that really highlights the amazing work happening here, the amazing people here, so that we can go up against being villainized, if you will, not only locally, but regionally and nationally?
We need fundamentally to build a public sense of our pride in our amazing city. I mean, it is remarkable to me. It's like a well-kept secret that shouldn't be a secret, because Oakland is in fact the city with the best people, the best weather, the best food, the best location. You know, and we are at the cusp of a national trend where people don't want to live in suburbs anymore. People are looking to live and work in cities again. And Oakland has got, you know, access with the BART and the Amtrak. We have the port. We are the hub of the greater Bay Area region. And so, in fact, we should be the most successful, thriving city in the nation. And we already have incredible assets that people don't know about. And I absolutely see a key role of the mayor's office as being that public voice that tells the good news of the amazing things going on in Oakland, that promotes what's going on with our restaurants, for example, where there's an incredible success story. You know, that we have new restaurants opening all the time, and they're great, and they're putting people to work, and they're creating jobs, as well as great food, and we need to be promoting that. So, for example, one of the things I've helped to create is the new free Broadway transit shuttle. You may have seen the green, they're hybrid electric, going up and down Broadway. They're bringing customers to our businesses. They're helping workers and residents to get around. We landed that with an outside grant that I helped us get. But in conjunction with that, we have put out a restaurant guide. And we'll have some copies if people want at the end, that lists the restaurants that are on the corridor served by the shuttle. So then we're combining a shuttle project with a public promotion project of great things going on in that area. And we need to do more of that. But as mayor, I would be in the position to be that public voice on behalf of the city, to lift up the incredible things going on here and talk about them, make sure the press knows about them, invite people to come tour. You know, both potential employers who we are trying to woo to come to Oakland, and also media. And, you know, actually woo them. I mean, call them up, say, come to Oakland, let's show you around. And that is also something that we can do a much stronger job of. And, you know, what's amazing to me about Oakland is that, you know, there are other cities which will probably be gone in my lifetime. There are cities that are projected to collapse into their water table, like Las Vegas, you know, where they're running out of water and they've been pumping from the aquifer and they're going into drought. And, you know, there are cities that are likely to disappear in the next 40 years or have real heavy-duty problems. In Oakland, even with the devastations of climate change, which we have to do a lot more about, and which we can do things about to create local jobs, by the way, even so, it will never be too hot to survive here. It will never be too cold to survive here. Because of where we are and our climate, we're unlikely to suffer the level of drought that some other parts of the country are likely to suffer. The problems in Oakland are human problems. And that is not a cause for depression, it's a cause for hope, because it means humans can solve them. And so we can have a city where we strengthen things like community police relationships and local hire so that we create local economic opportunity, because the assets we have are phenomenal. And absolutely, that's a story that needs to be told more.
To me, that's a systemic issue that happens in this city. We do something, it's really phenomenal, it does the work it's supposed to do, and then somehow in the levels of bureaucracy, it gets thrown away, or it gets put aside, or it loses its funding. As mayor, what can you say to that?
We have to think more long-term, and the fact that we haven't been is part of our problem. And it's so interesting, too, because people often talk about, oh, why aren't the kids doing this or that or the other? But you know what? The adults have to stop thinking only in the space of, you know, one moment at a time. you know, I was taught growing up that the way you build a better society is you plan for at least a 40-year time horizon in your planning. And that's part of why I'm so outraged at the threat to the Measure Y funding. Now that we've got these violence prevention programs that have made the inroads, done the training, are really effective, you know, it takes startup time to generate that, and now it's there, and the notion that that would be taken away right now is horrifying. And so, you know, we've also had some problems with some tree planting. When you plant a new tree, you need to maintain it for about 4 years, and then its roots are down to the water table, and then that tree can go on its own. But if you stop taking care of it after 1 year, it'll die, and then the money and time and effort that went into planting it will have been thrown away. And so we need to actually think on a human life scale timeline, on an organic timeline, and that means funding programs across multi-year time horizons, putting that in when a project is launched, putting in a level of commitment to actually support it to fruition.